If you're starting with $0 to invest, you're not behind. You're just dealing with a system that wasn't built for people who live paycheck to paycheck. Let's be real. When rent is $1,500 a month, your car needs new brakes, and you're still paying off last year's emergency room visit, the idea of investing sounds like advice for someone else, someone who already has money. But here's what you're actually going to learn in this video. The exact order of moves that make sense when you're starting from nothing. Not theory, not motivational garbage, just the practical steps that protect you first and build wealth second. Because in 2026, with prices still climbing and wages barely keeping up, you can't afford to get this wrong. By the end, you'll know exactly where your first $10, $50, or $100 should go, and why that matters more than chasing stocks or crypto. Before you invest a single dollar, you need to stop bleeding money on things that are quietly destroying you. I'm talking about overdraft fees, credit card interest, payday loans. If you're paying 23% APR on a maxed out card while trying to invest in something that might return 8%, you're working backwards. You're literally losing 15% just to feel like you're doing something. So here's the move. Any extra money you get, tax refund, side hustle cash, birthday money, goes to killing high-interest debt first. Not all debt, just the stuff above 10% interest. Student loans at 4%? Leave them. Credit cards at 27%? Kill them. This isn't investing yet, but it's the foundation. You can't build anything on quicksand. You've probably heard you need 3 to 6 months of expenses saved before you invest. And yeah, eventually that's true. But if you're starting from zero, that advice just makes you never start. Here's the real version. Your first goal is $500 to $1,000 in a high-yield savings account, not under your mattress, not in checking, somewhere that pays you actual interest. Right now, that's around 4 to 5% annually at places like Marcus, Ally, or Discover. Why this amount? Because it covers the emergencies that actually happen to regular people. Your car breaks down. Your kid needs medicine. Your hours get cut and rent's due. $1,000 won't solve everything, but it stops you from going into debt every time life happens. And let me clarify something important. This is not your investment. This is your safety net. It sits there, boring and safe, so you don't have to sell stocks at a loss when your transmission fails. Once you hit that $500 to $1,000 mark, you don't keep piling money into savings forever, because here's the truth. Inflation is still eating about 3% of your money's value every year. If your savings account pays 4% and inflation is 3%, you're only really gaining 1%. That's where actual investing starts to matter. Let's say you've killed your high-interest debt. You've got $1,000 in savings. Now you've got $50 left over this month. Where does it go? The boring, correct answer, a low-cost index fund inside a Roth IRA. Here's why. A Roth IRA is a retirement account where you put in money you've already paid taxes on. It grows tax-free, and when you retire, you pull it out tax-free. For someone in their 20s or 30s working a normal job, that's basically a cheat code. Inside that Roth IRA, you buy something like a total stock market index fund. That's a fund that owns tiny pieces of thousands of companies. Apple, Microsoft, random manufacturers, everything. You're not picking stocks, you're buying the whole economy. Historically, that's returned about 10% a year on average. Some years more, some years way less, but over decades it works. You don't need $1,000 to start. Most brokers, Fidelity, Schwab, Vanguard, let you open a Roth IRA with zero minimums now. You can literally invest $10. Here's the problem with investing when you're broke. Life gets in the way. Your check is short 1 week. Your friend's getting married. You skip a month, then 2. Then you forget entirely. The fix is stupid simple. Set up an automatic transfer. Every payday, $10, $20, whatever you can actually afford, goes straight from checking into your Roth IRA and buys more of that index fund. You won't miss it if you never see it, and over time, it adds up in ways that feel impossible when you're starting. Let me show you what I mean. If you invest $50 a month starting at 25 and average that 10% return, by 65, you'll have about $316,000. That's from $50 a month. No tricks, just time. People try to skip steps. They hear about someone who made money on crypto or meme stocks, and they throw their only $300 at it, hoping to get rich fast. I'm not saying you can't take risks, but if that $300 is all you have and you lose it, you're back to zero with nothing to show. You didn't invest, you gambled. Investing from zero isn't about hitting home runs, it's about not striking out. This is the part nobody talks about because it's not sexy, but it's the most important. Every time you get a raise, a new job, a tax refund, before you upgrade your lifestyle, bump your automatic investment by even just a little. If you were investing $50 a month and you get a $1 an hour raise, increase it to $75. You won't feel the difference day to day, but 10 years from now, you'll feel the difference in your account balance. If your job offers a 401k with a company match, this changes the order. Here's the new priority. 1. Kill high-interest debt. 2. Contribute enough to your 401k to get the full employer match. If they match up to 3% of your salary, contribute 3%. That's free money. You cannot beat a 100% return. 3. Build your emergency fund. 4. Max out your Roth IRA. 5. Go back and contribute more to your 401k if you want. Most people starting from zero won't hit step 5 for years, and that's fine. Steps 1 through 3 are what matter. You're 24. You make $32,000 a year. After taxes, rent, food, and debt payments, you've got maybe $150 extra a month on a good month. Month 1 through 6, throw $100 of that into savings until you hit $1,000. Month 7, open a Roth IRA. Set up auto invest for $50 a month into a total market index fund. Month 8 and beyond, keep that $50 going. If you get a second job or a raise, bump it to $75 or $100. That's it. No complexity, no day trading, no get rich quick. Just a system that works even when you're tired, broke, or stressed. Investing from zero in 2026 isn't about having the perfect strategy or timing the market. It's about playing defense first, killing debt, building a buffer, then letting time do the heavy lifting. You're not going to retire at 35. You're probably not going to buy a house with your investment gains next year. But 5, 10, 15 years from now, you'll have something. And in a world where most people your age have nothing, that's not small. Real security comes from understanding the rules, even when they're stacked against you. If this helped, subscribe. I break down money stuff that actually matters every week. No hype, just the truth.